So a little while back I sent out a few videos along with a post asking people to send in their questions for a Q&A, and got a few back, so we're going to be answering them in this video. So the first question we're going to answer is the one that's asked probably the most, was what introduced me to the furry fandom and how I got into it. So to make a long story short, back in 7th grade I was friends with this one girl. She was a furry. I'm not going to say her name, of course, and that was kind of my first introduction. You know, I didn't really meddle with it very much. No, all I knew was that she was a furry. Fast forward to right about, say, 8th grade, I met another furry, but I wouldn't say we really were friends. But then going to 9th grade, freshman in high school, that back when the pandemic hit and everybody was locked down inside and stuff, was when I really started to get introduced to the fandom. And it was also kind of when I really said I was a furry. And it's only been pretty recent. It was like, what, a month ago parents found out I'm a furry. So yeah. This next question comes from Dragons, who asked, what's your dream job and goal in life? And my dream job really is what I'm trying to do now, you know, do YouTube. And my kind of goal is to reach as many people out there as possible, do some crazy stuff, and you know, and I kind of want this to be that place where people can come to experience some joy, you know, even if during the rough times and such, you know, watch some crazy stupid stuff I do, or you know, do stuff like this, make things even though I have no idea what I'm doing, you know. And this kind of leads into another question, specifically from Clarestri, of asking whether or not I do YouTube full time. And that's the big plan down the road. Right now it's going to stay as like, it's going to be kind of a hobby, you know, not making really anything from this, obviously. And I'm hoping to see that kind of turns more into like a side job, and eventually it could be like a part-time, and then hopefully, you know, full-time, you know, YouTube all the time, you know, making content for you guys 24/7. Also had a couple of people asking where I got this from, and you know, it's what my parents got for You shut up. Anyways, from what I can remember, it was either from Chewy.com or it was from Amazon. Not sponsored. So this question comes from Sour Swing Studios, and asking about how I got my interest in cars. So it really starts back to my grandfather. He worked on his stuff back in the day. You know, he had his own stuff. You know, he doesn't do it as much now, of course, because he's getting up there in years. But as of right now, he's got quite a few Jeeps. He's got some pretty old tow trucks with him still. He's got like a garage of everything he can think of. Like, you can think of a tool, he's got it. And then it kind of transitioned to my dad, who, I mean, his first vehicles, one of them was a Jeep, and his other one was a Pontiac Trans Am, and it was from what he's told me, it was a really cool one with that white paint with the blue bird on the hood. And then, you know, when it came down to me, honestly, I've had the interest since I was born. I mean, I was in the garage with my dad, like, all the time. You know, he's in the garage, I'm there as well, most likely. And you know, my earliest memories, you know, working on his 1969 Pontiac Firebird, and like his 70 Plymouth Duster, along with what I believe was a 70 Scout 2. He also had a Dodge Ram 3500 diesel, and you know, and then that's kind of transmitted to me now. You know, love working in the garage. I've loved to work on my car, you know, whenever I have time. You know, with that being a 4Runner, it's got, I think I see what my parents were trying to do. You know, the thing's only got like less than 200 horsepower, so I can't do too much of it right now. And being in high school still, I don't have that kind of money or time. But yeah, I'm looking to really do some crazy stuff in the future. So this question comes from Charleston Brown, asking whether or not I've got any other personas and characters, and as a matter of fact I do. So real quick, you know, this here, Speed Demon, he's supposed to be a hybrid fox and wolf, you know, blue eye, gold eye, and hopefully once I can get some fur, he'll be half black, half white. But I also have another persona who gonna kind of keep it sort of secret, but essentially he's a proto-gen. Now, obviously I don't have the kind of money to build him quite yet, but there's also kind of, he's still in kind of like a prototype stage where I'm still trying to figure out everything I want to really do with him, like how I want his design to look and stuff, you know, colors. And then I've had these two characters that per se that like, they're kind of funny in a way. There's one's called Supercharged, and he's basically a coyote type, what do you call it? Yeah, coyote, and he's basically got the characteristics of like Dom Toretto, you know, all about family, secretive, kind of dark, you know, and he just has a big old passion for American muscle, hates turbo JDM style stuff, but he's also got kind of like a blood brother. His species kind of jumps around a bit, but essentially, you know, he's basically everything opposite of Supercharged, Turbocharged, that's his name. And you know, love for JDM, higher energy and such. So this question comes from Lolbit papperdragons, asking whether or not I support LGBTQ and all. And I wouldn't say I directly support them, kind of like how Coyote Keto does. But the thing is, I'm completely chill about people who are in the community. You know, I've met plenty of cool people in there, and like, I've been chill with plenty of them, and you know, I have no problem with it. Anyway, we've come to the end of the video, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Hope many of y'all's questions have been answered, and if y'all have any more questions, comment sections are always open. And anyways, stay positive.